it's becoming rather like a production line with these 4 pieces here. What I have done is I've cut here and here so that now I can fold this in and glue it, and then once I've done that I'll work my way down to the base here, and then this is where I might, now you know, granted I could just put a split in there, but I'm going to see if I can heat it and perhaps shape it a little better. It doesn't seem terribly difficult to do that, but we will find out. First of all though, I'm going to get these pieces all glued up and tucked into the corners, and I'll probably apply glue down to about here, because when I pull that in, obviously you can see it pulls this in, and it will be difficult to get glue up in these parts. So I'm going to glue, actually, tell you what, I'm going to glue down to this level here. Hang on, am I or not? If I've done that, no, in fact I don't think I will. I'll stop short, because then I've got to get the glue in there. Alright. Okay, I've got a plan. Let's get these magnets out now. They've done their job. Don't want to leave them there. Right, beginning stages of getting these sorted. Got these all clamped in now, and this one here. So got different clamps here, no, it doesn't matter. You use what you got, and I'll let that set for maybe another half hour or so, and then I'll move on to these and get these ones done. Yeah, we're progressing. Lots of little jobs to do before I can start putting the underlay or the jute down. It takes time. There are certain things you suddenly go, oh crap, I've got to do that first. Something I have just thought of, I've got to get the wiring in for the radio, the rear speakers, and for the CD player that's going to be mounted in the boot. So that's something else I've got to do before I can start putting the jute in. And these I've got to do. Yeah, there's quite a few things to do, even though I have introduced the jute and the carpet. They're not going to go in tomorrow, let's put it that way. Okay, we got bulldog clips everywhere and glue setting. Next will be to remove these clips and trim with a scalpel around the edges. Now these, granted, will not be seen, but I've tried to get them as best I can. There are a couple of areas that haven't quite worked out as I would like, such as, you know, these little corners here, but I can live with it. It'll be under the seat, it'll be fine. Now these first two here, this one and this one, I couldn't quite get it to stick right into the corner. Bit of a nuisance. I didn't leave the glue long enough. It's as simple as that. I didn't wait, I was impatient. These two, I waited. Now I didn't heat them, by the way. I know I said I was going to. I didn't heat them, I just pushed it with my finger and tried to get it, you know, as tight in as I could. And it worked out a lot better. I think probably the glue itself helped make the veneer a little more supple. And these aren't terrible curves to deal with. But, you know, they're a curve. But I think, and you will agree, they look okay. I see Lee go, that's good, yeah. It's under the fucking seat, guys. I think it looks good. And that's all that matters. Almost there. Next is to trim these off. Yeah. And, well, I guess the next picture will be me showing you them trimmed. You don't want me to see me trim them, do you? Do you? Alright. Right, I'm going to try and show you how I do it. You do it however the fuck you like. Now, here is the piece, ready, but still needs to be trimmed. Two tools I will use will be these. This curved scalpel for the big lumps along the side, and this for the hole. Excuse me, let's try that again. This for the holes. Where did I get this? You know, Harbour Freight. I think it was $10 or $15, and you get a shitload of stuff. Right, let's see if I can demonstrate, and if not, I'll not believe it. One moment, I'll be back. Somebody wanted me to give money to a prisoner. Can you fucking believe the crap that comes through? Right, let's have a look and see what I can trim here. Let's start with this edge here. Of course, there we go. It's not always easy. Oh, and that should not be stuck like that. So let's get that off of there. In fact, it's probably easier this way if I'd actually thought about it. It is. Pull down. That's what you should be doing. Don't worry, I ain't finished yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. Too close to my fingers. Sorry, you can't see that. I can. I'm watching my fingers. Right, that's that piece more or less off. Now, I can see that I need to trim some bits, so get out my very expensive scissors and do some final trimming. I could try doing the scissors along here, but it doesn't really seem to work too well. Let me see if I can do it with this blade again. No, it's always easier away from you, Gary. And this is where I gotta go down the loop here. I don't know what kind of view you're getting. Hopefully something that makes you go, oh my God, what's he doing? That guy's an asshole. Remember, assholes control your life. Because if your asshole heals up or seizes, believe me, you'll soon know it. Go. In fact, I will take that off with a pair of scissors. And you can use scissors in certain areas. Sorry, I'm not seeing that. Like that. But believe me, you need good scissors. I think, well, in fact, I know I've mentioned it before, these are Guggenheim scissors. They were not fucking cheap. But they are good. And in fact, I think when I bought them, they even gave me a free little pair of miniature scissors, which is very handy. See, now that's lovely because I could get the scissors to butt up against that and get me a nice clean trim. Doesn't always work that way, guys, but let's try it here. Oh, that went crooked. The advantage is with the metal there, if I fuck it up, it don't matter. Why don't it matter? Well, that's simply because I just haven't trimmed enough off. Let me see if I can do it this way, because I like to come towards me. Now, those of you that are sitting out there going, well, why didn't I just wrap it round here and stick it on the inside? Yeah, I could have done, but I decided not to. Most of these surfaces I want to be unfettered. Unfettered? I don't know if that's the right word. Uninterfered with, you know what I mean. I don't want anything there because that's got to go up against the body. So I wanted to make it neat here, and it's just simpler to just carry on. You know, my wayward son. Carry on, my wayward son. Something, something until you're done or we're done. I can't remember even who or what that song is, but that's your challenge. Who and what is that song? Right, now, got a bit of crap there. Let me see if I can get rid of that piece of crap before I start trimming the hole. Bit of painty paint. There we go. Right, now let's try trimming the hole with this one now, the very sharpie. No, not the Sharpie pen. Alright. Again, it's easier to push up against it. Tell my wife that all the time. And she says, yeah, go find someone that will. Those were the days, my friend. Who sung that? Ah, yes. Unfortunately, the lady that sung that song is no longer with us. And for your bonus, who discovered her? Just trying to get that right there. That one didn't come out quite so well. Okay, so let's do this one. See if I can do a better job, huh? Probably not. Hey, don't laugh at me, you've got to do this. Or have you already done it and done it way better than I am? Just trying to get that last little piece out. Piece out, piece off. So now I have these two to do. I wonder if I did them from this side, would it be any better? I doubt it. Hey, we'll try. If I go loose, no, that doesn't work very well because I'm pushing it out of the place it should be. That means I'll end up cutting it in the wrong place. Ooh dear, that one's not good. I'll do that again. That's better. Sorry, you probably can't see this. It's just because of the angle I'm at. The angle of the dangle. There, you can see now it's trimmed a lot better. Right. I think that's enough excitement for you. Certainly enough excitement for me. My plan now is to finish the rest of them and then glue the mocket on, the moquette. Then once I've glued the moquette on, well actually I don't have to wait for that, but I'm going to. See another nice neat hole. As I said, unfortunately there, because of the way I did it maybe, but I really tried hard enough. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. But that's kind of what it looks like when it's done. I don't think that's terrible for something that's going to be under the seat and never seen. Yeah, that's okay. Right, I've done, this is the second one. I did the first one off camera because at least I wanted to try and figure out, you know, how I was going to do it. And there are little quirks afterwards that, you know, oh, I don't like that, that doesn't quite work. And of course, as like I'm doing now, you'll be able to trim it down a bit more. Be careful when you're doing it. And also realize that as you do what I've just done, you will blunt the blade. So, you know, you need to make sure you've got a plenty blade. Oh yes, you've got to have the plenty blade. Now there is one more hole to do, and that's here. Now I don't, hang on a second, I'm not quite sure how big I'm going to make the hole. I mean, it's got to be big enough for the bolt. Bernie the bolt. Let's see a bit more. Trying to. I want to get enough material out so that the bolt will go through easily. Yes, and that noise was my wife. Probably coming in to curse at me for something I've said or done. And guys, don't think she's terrible, she's not. Hell, we've been married for coming up for 30 years now. You're kind of going to get on your tits a bit, aren't you? I'm sure, well, I'm going to say I'm sure I get on her tits, I know I do. She gets on mine too. I like getting on her tits though, that's fun. So, yeah, you're just going to have to figgledy-piggledy, jiggledy-miggledy. Yeah, and I make up stupid things, don't I, as I go along. Right. Now, you will see, can you see? There is the bolt. What? Don't lie to me, that's not a bolt, it's a nut. Like the guy doing the videoing. So I'm just trying to clear this out the way to show you. And there it is, that nut in there is movable. It goes back and forth. So the hole itself is kind of oval. I'll just trim off the little bits of excess. Again, doesn't really matter. But I'm just trying to make it neat-ish. Now, in all of that, this has got a little grubby. So what I do, you do what you like. I use some brake cleaner. If you use cellulose thinner, it will probably melt it. Brake cleaner will get it clean. Right, that's it for today's lesson. Yes, it was totally on the seat rails, with the exception of the moquette bit. Let me show you the moquette bit. And finally, they are done. I can now fit those, which is going to be rather pleasing. I will do that. Then I will do the moquette pieces, but that will be in the next video. Why? Because I got enough shit in this video and it takes time to do everything. Took me quite a while to do those. It's what, 2:30 in the afternoon now. I started on this at about 10 o'clock this morning, and that was doing the final bits from the previous video. So, you know, it takes time, and I'm quite pleased with it. Perfection, pretty darn close. Let's get them fitted. No, that will be in the next video. Right, here is the moquette bit. Goes on there. And goes around there. Just like that. Just like that. Oh. Who said that? Yeah, getting you all sorts of challenges today. So yeah, it's just a matter of glue that on there. Up and under. Up and under. And cut the hole in the top. And that's it, done. Yeah, I think what I am going to do is I'm going to glue it to that surface, glue it to that surface, glue it to that surface. Then I will trim it and take it from there. Now, I could do it like that. No, the angle's wrong there, so I'd have to do that and put a little bit of moquette here. But to me, there doesn't seem much point in that. Especially as the moquette bit needs to go all the way down. Now, you can't see it, but it needs to go down to the base of the bracket and then be wrapped in. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And don't forget, over here is carpet. Carpet comes across here. Whew. I told you there's a lot of fiddly shit before you can actually get to putting in the underlay and underlay and the carpet. Yeah. So those I will do in a minuet. Who said that? Bach? Beethoven? Minuet. Bach? Beethoven? Chopin? Whoever else was it? Way back in the mists of time, when I was a computer operator, in fact I was a shift leader, we were running jobs at night, and with the security guard we used to play Trivial Pursuit. And one of my staff, a very beautiful young lady named Adele, a New Zealander, who would never fall on her face, if you get my drift. Whew, damn. We were playing Trivial Pursuit, and she asked the security guard, it was a music question, and this is how she pronounced it. She said, "What nationality is Chopin?" And he very amusingly replied, "Polish." Okay. It was funny. It was quick. I don't know why. I remember that to this day, and that was back in the late 80s that happened. Just sometimes shit sticks in your mind, doesn't it? And now your shit is not in your mind. It's out in the garage. So go out in that garage and do some shit.
Yay!